Welcome to Runs, Hits, Errands, the pregame show for the Pittsburg Diamonds, and we are here for Game 3 of the series against San Rafael, which will be the final game that the Diamonds have that is not involved the Sonoma Stompers. They pulled within 4 games of Sonoma yesterday in a big victory while Vallejo beat Sonoma. Right now, everything is hitting on all cylinders for you guys, and you got to feel good going into today and this week.
Well, we feel real good about how we're playing, and got to give it up to Vallejo for giving us, one game in the standings. They jumped up and helped us out big time. We're playing real well. We're getting the timely hitting. Starting pitching's been great. Obviously, we're a great defensive team. We've been playing good defense, and it's clicking. And those tight ball games, we seem to be coming out on top. And I got to credit the bullpen to pitching tough. And when they get in trouble, they pitch out of it. And they're really doing their job right now. And they're when the fire happens, they put it out. And we've done a hell of a job late in the game in securing ball games.
You've been leaning heavily on Jordan Brink, and Joe Lewis has been big in the last couple of games. 2 out of the last 3. What are they still available, or would they need a day off?
Well, we'll talk to them. It's an early game, so you never know. These guys know the importance of every game now in the next week. So if they don't feel quite up to it, but when the juices start flowing, sometimes they might have said, I'm not sure, and then midway through the game they go, hey, I can throw. So we'll talk to them right before the game, see how they feel, kind of develop a plan for late in the game. Martinez is ready to go. I know Hecht hasn't gone in a while, but hopefully Brink or Lewis might be able to give us one today. If not, we're going to have to lean heavily on Mr. Martinez. He may have to give us 2.
You played on a World Series championship team, and is there a point in the season where you kind of get the sense we are that quality of a team, or it's a couple big plays? I'm thinking of the big plays, certainly Wagner's walk-off home run, that type of thing, where all of a sudden you think, yeah, this is the year where things are all coming together.
Well, yeah, I think anytime you throw together a win streak like we've had 5 and 6 games, I think, you can start to feel that momentum, and you can see, that's all about starting pitching. When you win 5 or 6 games, obviously the bullpen has to do its job to secure some of those wins, but it starts with starting pitching, and starting pitching and defense. And I feel great about our lineup, strong now that we got Calderon back. I mean, you can't be as Guglietti is more dangerous with Calderon behind him, and Calderon is more dangerous with all those guys on base. And so this lineup is clicking right now. It's a very tough lineup for any pitcher to face, and with the defense and starting pitching we have, we can roll off wins, and that's what happened, and that's what makes you feel good about the rest of the season and the rest of the first half.
You went out and got Batista last week from Vallejo, and he yesterday drove in 4 runs, emptied the bases with a double. When they were loaded in the first inning, he scored 2 runs himself. He has paid dividends. Now, he had kind of a slow start, but now he's ripping and running.
Well, that slow start, a lot of it can be attributed to the Sonoma shadows. Those are tough, man. But he's a heck of a player, a 300 hitter last year in this league. He was hitting 290 when we got him. He's one of those gifts from Vallejo that, they made some moves, and personnel-wise, they ended up with too many first basemen, too many third basemen. They have a pretty decent outfield, and they wanted to go in a different direction with a couple other players, and he became available, and, you can't let a player like that pass up. I mean, he's a great hitter. He's got the history. He's got a big sample size in this league. Former affiliated player. His dad played in the big leagues. He's got a pedigree to win, and the kid is excited, and he's doing well, and we're glad to have him.
So to take a little peek ahead before we come back to today's ball game, you got 6 this week, the final week of the first half of the season. There are 4 games as we start play today behind Sonoma, 6 games against Sonoma, 3 here and then 3 there. Do you have an idea of who your starting pitchers will be this coming week?
Well, I know we're probably most likely going to go with McDonald in that first game. It may be something that we use 6 starters next week. I'm not sure about that. We'll see how McDonald does on Tuesday, and obviously Travis Blackley is going to go Wednesday. We feel good about that. We feel good about playing here. We have the advantage here. This is our home park. We know how to play here. I don't think Sonoma's built for this park. They're built for their park. That's a big series. It starts with today. We got to get through today. Hopefully whatever happens over there doesn't really matter. We control our own destiny, and we have to take care of business today. And then we'll look to Sonoma, and, as far as it looks right now, McDonald, Blackley, and then let's see who we're going to go with then. We're not sure yet. Probably Wheeland, but we'll think about that after the game today and tomorrow, and then obviously Dennis Neal will be late in the week, and we'll go from there.
Dennis Neal is today. He has been pitching really well. I mean, it's a silly question, I guess, to ask somebody to comment on his pitching, but he's been doing well. And you have a very strong list of starting pitchers, and not many teams could say, "Oh, we might go with 6 starting pitchers over a 6-game series of games."
Well, if you count, Lara with the spot starts he's done, he's pitched well. So, we lucked out in that department. I mean, a little bit of luck and bringing in some of these guys that we knew what they could do. And obviously, we got Wheeland late in this, late in the first half. He kind of fell on our plate, and we jumped on him, and he looks good. That's our strength. And the unfortunate part is these guys all want to be starters, and somebody had to go to the pen, and Shaw Fuss was the guy. I think he profiles very well out of the pen, and so he could get back into the rotation too. We'll look at it at the end of the day today and kind of devise a plan for next week. But either way, with the guys we have, we feel good.
The season could end with you and Sonoma tied for the first half championship. In that event, if what happens if a third team wins the second half championship, or if one of you two wins? I assume there'd be a playoff then if you tied and then some team won.
I'm not sure what we would do. I know we've probably had this arise before, but I wouldn't rule out a game on Monday to decide it. I definitely don't want to go by some who scored more runs or anything like that. But yeah, that could happen, and it's a possibility. And I wouldn't be against a game on Monday, or see what happens in the second half. And I would hate to play a game later that decided the first half. It'd be better off done on Monday with the personnel we have now. More of a of how it should go. I mean, this is our ball club right now in the first half, their ball club right now in the first half. I think the right thing to do would be to play on Monday.
Yeah, that would reflect the battle and the people who put you two teams in that position. Today's game has been moved up to 11 o'clock in the morning. It's an odd time to play baseball, but you guys played at 11 o'clock last week to start a doubleheader. We talked a little bit about the impact it has on West Coast football teams who go back to the East. They have to play a game at noon or something. It's really 9 o'clock their time, and sometimes they say they get a kind of a foggy start. But you don't feel there's a problem with foggy start?
Well, we don't have too many 35-year-olds on the team. These boys are young. They should be able to ramp it up and get going. I think San Rafael has the hardest thing. They had to go back to San Rafael last night and then get up early and get over here. So I didn't mind moving it up, beat the heat a little bit. If we're not going to get a whole lot of fans here, on a 100-degree day at 1 o'clock, then let's move it up. And hopefully we'll play and hit better than we did last 11 o'clock game, and we're hoping for that. And so we'll see what happens today, but the boys have been swinging it well, and I don't like to go too many days without BP, but with an early game, you can't take it.
Okay, well, that's Aaron Miles, and this is Runs Hits Aaron, the pregame show for the Pittsburgh Diamonds. We will be back for the third game of this 3-game series with San Rafael. The Diamonds going for the sweep right after this. Excellent, thank you.